Hello and welcome to my review of Dolce & Gabbana by Dolce & Gabbana. I don't know, call it what you like. This is going to be a real tough review for me, only because I hold this fragrance in such high regard, yet it still kind of baffles me sometimes when I smell it, because I just sometimes can't figure out how to describe it, but I'll do my best for the purposes of this review. So it is sadly discontinued. You know, sometimes the best stuff gets discontinued, and unfortunately this one's really hard to find, but if you can find it, or if you already know it, then you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a one-of-a-kind ultimate sex bomb fragrance, and it's just, I just think it's very different. I really wish there was something similar. If anyone knows anything that is, then please let me know, because I will be out there buying it straight away. So it's a floral woody musk, one of my favourite categories when it comes to women's fragrances. It came out in 1999. The 90s, always my best kind of decade of fragrance, so this one just scraped it. And yeah, as I said, unfortunately it's gone, which really sucks, but luckily I've managed to get some, and I've hunted some down over time. I'm always on the lookout for it, and I'm lucky enough to have it. I see it go for crazy prices on eBay, £160. Just, you know, people know that people want this now, so I think they just hike the price up, because I know that the people that used to wear this will really want it. Jamie, I'm looking at you, by the way. Good friend of mine, it's one of her favourite fragrances, and yeah, trying to get some all the time. You will get it, you will have it, I promise. So it's the real kind of famous leopard print box packaging. They did a zebra one for men, and they did a leopard, that is leopard, yeah, leopard one for women. It kind of screams Dolce & Gabbana to me. It screams that proper Italian fur, you know, kind of thing. That the fragrance just embodies that completely. Lucky enough, I've got the 50ml one, which comes like this. It's kind of glass inside of it, but it looks like that, round bottle. And then the 30ml one I've got as well, thankfully. It's just a whole lot of leopard going on. It's a whole lot of animal going on, and it's kind of glass like that 30ml one. But it's so deceiving. If you look at the bottom, it's a tiny circle of liquid. Perfume bottles often do that to you. But yeah, it's, I don't know, kind of screams. Some people think, I think it's a little bit Jersey. Some people see it as tacky, but I think the packaging suits the fragrance really well. Oh man, I love it. So what's in it? You've got the top notes are bergamot, clementine, 2 citruses. Then you've got lily of the valley, lavender, and cyclamen. Cyclamen is a flower. I've never smelled it on its own. It's usually synthetic or synthesized, but it's supposed to be kind of like a clean but fresh, delicate floral smell. I can't really comment on that. The heart notes are orchid, violet, and ginger. So far it looks like quite a delicate citrusy fragrance. That's not true at all, and why is because of the base. The base is quite, I would say, warm and luxurious and a little bit unusual, because it has cedarwood, musk, a lot of musk, sandalwood, and then the star note, I think, is coffee. Coffee is a really unusual note to have in fragrance. It's not unusual, but I think it can give a fragrance a real kind of roasted, warm goldenness, just like coffee is. Coffee smells kind of dirty, earthy, really pungent, and that's in this a lot. It's a real interesting mix to put with these kind of light citruses and florals. So I've had it drying on this hand as normal. I've been wearing this all day today as well, and I've worn it many times before. It's quite a sex bomb, I would say. That's the reason I say it's confusing. It's got some real kind of juxtaposed notes in it. You've got delicate flowers, and then you've got a lot of citruses, but then you've got this real opulent kind of warm base, and it mixes together in a real unusual way that I often find hard to describe. So what I'll say is, first of all, when I smell this, somehow the notes in this, it's not listed in the notes anywhere that I can find, but the notes in this give the illusion of something like aniseed or something like licorice. It really, really smells like that. First of all, it's really, really unusual because, as I said, it's not in there. And when I look at the notes, I think, what could that possibly be? But it must be some sort of clashing of notes that make it feel like something else. And I think that's really clever. That's good if you can do that in a fragrance. You can create something from nothing. So it first of all smells kind of like a golden roasted coffee licorice, or aniseed, which is very bizarre, but it just seems to work. It just works really well. I wouldn't say I can necessarily smell citrus notes in it at all, but what's really, really interesting about this is the lavender. Lavender plays a massive role in this fragrance. Lavender is usually used in more aromatic fragrances. It's usually used in kind of fougères for men, gentlemanly fragrances like barbershop fragrances, or you know, your just run-of-the-mill relaxing fragrances. But lavender in this plays a big part because lavender gives off a kind of herbal tone, a herbal green floral tone, and paired together with this unusual base of kind of coffee and sandalwood and real kind of deep exotic notes, it creates something that I've never smelled before. That's what makes this unusual but really, really sexy. You have this real sexy base with this spark of herbal licorice on the top, and that's really the best way I can describe it. It's difficult, but that's what it smells like. It's lavender on its own. It's very, very complex. It's really, really, it's got many facets and it changes a lot, and it can give you green, it can give you floral, it can give you dry and woody, and lavender gives a lot to this fragrance. It's really cool. I've never smelled lavender used so brilliantly in a fragrance before, especially when paired together with something weird like coffee and stuff like that. So D&G did an amazing job with this. It's such a shame that it's discontinued. It really sucks. But the overall feel of it is a real sexy, dressing up, going out at night, wearing fur and warm in the winter kind of smell to me. It's a real sex kitten of a fragrance. It's really glamorous. It's got a bit of an edge, and it's just got a bit of power to it, and I don't mean strength. It's quite, someone that wore this, I would consider them to be quite confident, I think. Not that you can put things in boxes, but when I smell it, that's what I think of. It's a statement fragrance. It's not a shy, retiring wallflower. So that's kind of it, really. The only thing I'll say, and I'll close on, is when fragrances dry down, as you know, you get the base notes. With this, you would think that it would dry down to a very smooth, warm, woodsy, exotic kind of feel, but it doesn't. Camera cut me off as usual. I was just saying that I don't get that. I don't get what you would look at on paper and see this smooth kind of warm base. It seems that the lavender kind of holds this fragrance up in the strange herbal kind of way. It's very weird. That's why I think lavender is amazing in this. It keeps this kind of spark of herbalness, even though you've got these beautiful, smooth, exotic notes. So yeah, it's a great one. I mean, that's what happens on my skin. I don't know about anybody else, but I don't get that warm, cozy feel that you would get from musk and sandalwood and stuff. I still get a herbally kind of less licoricey. The licorice kind of aniseed part does go, but I do get still quite a more sharp than soft fragrance. I'm not saying it's sharp by any means, but it's definitely not soft. So that's it, really. A weird one, a very weird one, but an amazing one. So that's it. My next review is going to be a Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab perfume. It's called Candy Phoenix. Unusual name. It's got some real bubbly kind of pink berry kind of stuff going on in it. And that'll be my next one. So as always, thanks for watching. And Jamie, this review is for you. I know this is your favourite fragrance, and you will get it. You will get it very soon. Very, very soon. I can feel it in my bones. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Bye. Dolce & Gabbana, bye. Goodbye. Whatever you want to say, goodbye.